What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop. So one of the coolest things about the Pokemon community are its fan creations. With the way Pokemon's structure tends to go from generation to generation, it makes it easy for fans to follow and create their own Pokemon, their own regions, and sometimes even their own games, and as I'm sure many of you know, the fans have created some amazing stuff over the years. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the top 10 fan-made Pokemon that need to be real. Not only are the quality of these designs on point, but they really capture the essence of what makes a good Pokemon design perfectly, and they already look like they would fit in perfectly with the Pokemon world, so why don't we go ahead and check them out. Alright, now starting off this list we have the Ghost Pokemon Clothon. Now, I really absolutely love this Fakemon just because it already looks like it came straight out of a Pokemon game. Like, I really feel like I could go to Mount Pyre or something and get this guy right now. But on top of that, his design just works so well. This Pokemon, created by Luis Brain on DeviantArt, is called the Fabric Pokemon and is literally a Pokemon based on a piece of fabric, which is like one of the most basic objects you can find. And making cool Pokemon out of super basic things like that is always so amazing to see because it's like literally the pinnacle of creativity. On top of that, it also couples that concept with the stereotypical ghost concept of basically a spirit underneath a sheet or something like that, and makes them work flawlessly together, which is so awesome. And then on top of that, its typing is normal ghost, which is a really cool typing, but it also works in this situation. It's not like it's forced or anything. So overall, I just absolutely love this Fakemon, and Luis Brain, you did a great job. Now at number 9 on this list is an absolutely adorable little guy, and he is known as Cawthorn. Now, Cawthorn is a Steel-type Pokemon, however, admittedly, I don't really know what he's based off of, because Diego Guilherme, if I said your name right, on DeviantArt, the creator of this Fakemon, didn't really specify what it was based on. However, it does come from his own region that is based on Brazil, so I can assume it's some sort of Brazilian animal that it's based on. However, regardless of what it is, kind of looks like a hedgehog, a porcupine, whatever, it looks amazing. I love the cuteness of it. It reminds me a little bit of Shaman, a hedgehog type Pokemon, but I love that it's a steel type. It just really creates a lot of potential when you take a mammal Pokemon that you wouldn't really think of as a steel type and make it a steel type, but then it also looks like it could potentially evolve into a part grass type or something like that. So overall, I just really love this Pokemon. I love its expression, I love its personality, the art is on point, he captured that Sugimori style perfectly, and overall, you did a great job, so easily gets the number 9 spot. Now next up is a Fakemon that I have talked about on the channel before, and it gets another appearance in one of my videos just because of how good it is, and that would be this Dust Bunny Pokemon. This is another one of those super creative type designs that I absolutely love because it takes the Dust Bunny play on words and rolls with it to create an actual bunny Pokemon that's also a Dust Bunny. So it's literally a Dust Bunny, and it just doesn't get more charming than that. And on top of that, the design created by Frozen Feather and drawn by Smiley Fakemon is absolutely adorable. I can just imagine walking out into the tall grass, having one of these pop out at me, and just falling to my knees because of how adorable it is. Like, I would probably keep it as this form even if it did evolve just because of how cute it is, but for the ingenuity, the creativeness, and the way they pulled off this design, it forever will be one of my favorite Fakemon that I have seen on the internet, and that's why it gets the number 8 spot. Coming up next, we've got another one from Diego Guilherme, and this one is actually a Pikachu clone, believe it or not. Now, Pikachu clones tend to kind of wear on you because we see them every generation, so when it comes to a Fakemon version, you might not expect it to impress you as much, but this guy right here is pretty dang impressive. Now, the reason why I like Bunning, as it's called by Diego, is because it captures the Pikachu clone persona perfectly. It's got the dots on its cheeks, it's got that Pikachu look to it. However, the thing that really intrigues me is that it's not a rodent, it's actually a rabbit. Now, rabbits, I mean, they're not rodents, but you could kind of make the stretch that they're a little bit related to rodents. So I like the fact that Diego decided to do something a little bit different, but still say enough true to form to really give it a chance to have a good design. It looks like it already came out of a Pokemon game already. It looks like it would fit perfectly in any game that's out right now that you could possibly put it in, and I absolutely love it. In at number 6 is another fairly common type of Pokemon that we see every generation, and that would be what is essentially the starting bird Pokemon, and this one by Smiley Fakemon is awesome. Now this little guy is known as Ampar, and right off the bat I really love its design so much. I love its color scheme, I love how it's not too complicated, but still kind of pops out when you compare it to other bird Pokemon, and I love, love, love the electric flying type. This little guy reminds me a lot of Fletchling and its line back in Generation 6, because Fletchling was also a starting bird Pokemon, but unlike the rest of the starting bird Pokemon who were normal flying types, Fletchling actually got a part fire type, and I think it would be amazing for Pokemon going forward if they gave a little flair to these early bird Pokemon and maybe even went with an elemental typing with each new one. So you could have an electric flying, you could have a water flying, etc. And this is exactly what I would like to see out of an electric flying bird Pokemon. And that's why I put this guy at number 6. But now we will move on to the illustrious top 5. Now, kicking off the top 5, we have what is one of the cuter selections on this list, and that would be Frostmite, the Eskimo Pokemon. Just look at him. Now, Frostmite was created by Ashnick's Law on DeviantArt, and I just absolutely love this guy. Obviously because he's cute, but also because he's an Eskimo Pokemon. Like, how cool is the concept of an Eskimo Pokemon? The thing I really love about this design in particular and how it goes about demonstrating the concept of an Eskimo Pokemon is that it makes a humanoid type of thing, which is an Eskimo, Eskimos are people, but makes it into just a little creature that you can buy and believe is an actual creature instead of just some weird hybrid thing. It makes me really want an Eskimo Pokemon overall. I could totally see this guy in one of the snow routes. I could see it like bundling up with Snover on Route 213 in Sinnoh or something like that. So I would absolutely love to see an Eskimo Pokemon like this moving forward. Alright guys, I've had a couple cuties on this list up to this point, but this next one is the king of them all. Look at it. It's spherical! Now this one is known as Brio Rock, and it is yet another one created by Diego Guilherme. Now the reason why I love this, much like Clothom and a couple others that I've talked about on this list, is because it blends different inspirations so well. This Pokemon is actually based on a Brazilian dessert known as the Brigadeiro, if I pronounce that right, and it looks just like Brio Rock, where it's essentially a chocolate brown little circular thing that people really like in Brazil apparently. But this Pokemon in particular is a rock type because it takes that brown circular looking aspect of this dessert and blends it with a rock, because rocks tend to be brown and circular and that's how they're portrayed. So it creates a perfect blend of organic life and yummy sweets that we find in our own world and makes for an awesome Pokemon. I absolutely love this design. Diego, you did a great job, and if we have to have a Brazil region to get this Pokemon, let's have a Brazil region. Now we enter into the best of the best with the top 3, and number 3 for me is Scovillelope, the Pepper Jackalope Pokemon. Now I really like this one because I've really wanted a Jackalope Pokemon for a little while, and similar to Brio Rock, we'd kinda have to have another North American region in order to get one, because Jackalopes are a North American thing and it would only make sense to have one in a region based on North America, but if that's what it takes, give it to me, because a Jackalope Pokemon would be awesome, and this one is perfect. The other thing I really like about Scovillelope is that it's a grass fire type, which we've never seen before, and it pulls off that design perfectly and creates it in a new creative way instead of just going with like a Tiki Pokemon or a pure Pepper Pokemon like we see in a lot of other fan designs, just because that's kind of the predictable way to go. Now this guy comes from the Pokemon Sage fan game, so it actually is already in a game of sorts, so you could actually use this guy and really actually play a game with him. So if you're interested in that, be sure to look up Pokemon Sage, and without further ado, let's go to the top 2. At number 2 in the runner-up spot is another Pokemon from Pokemon Sage, so it's another one you could actually play with and use if you're interested, and that would be the Ram Firestarter Pokemon, Flareeze. Now, Flareeze is just absolutely phenomenal. First, you've got the Ram inspiration. Now, a Ram Pokemon, obviously there's a lot of potential there for it to be cool, but incorporating the fire with it obviously provides some potential and it provides some challenges. And these guys took that potential and they ran with it and created an absolutely phenomenal design. The other really cool thing about this is that it also follows the whole Firestarter Chinese Zodiac thing, because a Ram is one of the members of the Chinese Zodiac. So they pulled off that theory and that trend perfectly. I would absolutely love to see a Ram Pokemon like this in an actual game. Please, Game Freak, please. Now, number 1 on this list is similar to my number 2 pick, and it's also probably the most recently created Fakemon, and that would be the fake leaked Gen 8 starter Pokemon of a few weeks ago, Flambit the Fire Bunny. Now, I love Flambit for much of the same reasons that I love Flareeze. A, it follows that whole Chinese Zodiac thing. It incorporates the fire type with a Pokemon or a concept that you wouldn't normally expect the fire type to be a part of, and pulls it off amazingly. But the thing that really puts it over the top for me is the attention to detail in this design. You've got the little fluff balls and the little cotton tail on Flambit that are gray and actually resemble smoke, incorporating that fire aspect into its design. If you look closely at its ears, it looks like a little flame on a little candle. And things like that, the attention to detail that really comes full circle, is really what I'm talking about when it comes to encapsulating the essence of what makes a good Pokemon design. And this design encapsulates that perfectly. Whoever created this, I don't know, because this leak kind of came out of nowhere trying to be real, and so the creators kind of went under the radar. I'm not sure who the actual creator is. Whoever you are, though, you did an amazing job. Props to you, and I absolutely need this in my life. And there we have it. Now, as much as I would like these Fakemon to be real, I know all of you guys aren't going to have the exact same opinion as me, so please be sure to let me know what you thought of these Pokemon, my rankings of them, and if you'd like to see them in a Pokemon game, or if you'd like to see anything else in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out the artists who actually created these guys. The links to all of them are in the description, and they obviously do amazing work, so be sure to check them out and show them your support. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button for way more Pokemon content every week, and if you'd like to help out the channel further, consider supporting on Patreon at just $1 a month and get some amazing benefits in return. Anyways though, with all of that being said, I will be back with another video very soon, so until then, as always, I will smell you guys later.